What is a definition that you would have of resourceful? I like Heather's definition. Heather says, making the most of what you have right here, right now, right? You know, there are a lot of people that would look at the things that we have and say, wow, they have all these resources. Whereas there's some people that live out here, they look around and they see no resources. No resources, right? Where are the resources? I remember when I was walking in a nature trail one time nearby a library, and whenever I'm walking, I'm usually either reading or I'm listening to a podcast or an audiobook. I'm listening to some inspiration or motivation or information to infuse my mind so that I can redesign and realign to the life that I want for myself. And at this time, I think I was walking, I was reading a book, and people, they always see me and they're just always, throwing me looks. Like even people that pass by me in cars, I've had people down their windows at me walking and reading like, hey, what you reading? It must be important. It must be a good book. If you walking and reading, it got to be good. And I was walking down this nature trail, and I remember this guy was running. He was next to me. He was like, and he saw me reading, and he said, whoa. And he stopped running. He stopped mid-jog, and he said, hey, brother, what's going on, man? I said, hey, what's happening, brother? He said, yeah, I noticed you walking and reading. I hardly ever see that. What you reading? And I said, oh, it's just some Maxwell Maltz. I think I was reading Maxwell Maltz at the time. It was called Psycho-Cybernetics. It was a book about the mind. He said, oh, Psycho-Cybernetics, what's that? I said, oh, yeah, it's on self-image, changing your self-image and building your self-esteem and about the mind and what it all means, subconscious programming. He said, oh, that's awesome. That's awesome, man. He said, where'd you get that? I said, oh, yeah, I got it at the library right over there. He said, oh, how much did it cost you? I said, how much did it cost me? He said, yeah, how much was it? I said, brother, it was free. He said, oh, okay. But like, you probably had to like get a membership or something, right? Like a library card. I was like, yeah, I got a library card. He said, oh, okay. So how much did that cost? I said, brother, it was free. He said, oh. And in that moment, I realized that he did not realize that there were free resources all around him. In that moment, I witnessed, because I used to be like that. I used to not know, and I used to think that I had to pay for everything. That everything had to cost money, that if I was reading a book, it had to cost money, that if somebody was reading a book, that it had to have cost something. But I had no idea of the resources that were available. I didn't know that there were actually things that were free. That I didn't have to pay, but actually, I did have to pay. Because here's something that isn't free. You might hear someone say that knowledge, wisdom, they're actually not free. Because you have to pay attention. It's paid with our attention. If I had not paid attention, I would not have known that there was a free resource called a library where I could get a free library card, a free membership to receive free books. Right? Up to 15 to 20 books at a time, renting them, changing my mind. So if you don't feel that you have the resourceful or the resources, you can still be resourceful. You still have resourcefulness. Your mind, your mental faculties, all these tools are at your disposal. Use everything that you have right where you are, right in this now moment. right? Just like Heather said before, make the most of what you have right here, right now. So blessings to you, my friend. I trust that you understand that when you become more aware and you pay attention, you see what's always been there. Much love. Thank you for listening and glistening, my friend. Share this with someone who needs to hear it, and keep that grateful, thankful spirit. And we'll see you again. Till next time.